This is MIP. Get woke.
"24 minutes before the hour." Joining us now, as always, at this hour on Tuesday morning, is the president and CEO of the NAACP, Derrick Johnson, here with us now. Derrick, God bless you, man. Good morning. How are you, my brother?
Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
I'm good. What's the latest in terms of what the NAACP is hearing from people traveling on some of these airlines, especially American Airlines?
Well, we're still getting reports as of last week. They've slowed down, but the stories have continued to come in, so there's been no change. But, many of the reports now are concerning past factors. We haven't got anything that's recent.
Okay. So maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it's the effect that we would want the reports to have, or the travel ban to have, is getting it done.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. When any industry began to pay attention to African Americans and treat them fair, have second thoughts around how they approach situations, it's a good thing for African Americans, is a good thing for the community as a whole.
Indeed. Also, Derrick, what's the latest on the lawsuit against the Trump administration with regards to a DACA repeal?
I think I mentioned last week. Everything is moving forward. Just recently, an Ivy League school filed a lawsuit along with Microsoft. So others are taking a serious look at this and following the same course. The legal process can be a slow process, but is one in which that's necessary in this case. And we have a few other deadlines we're looking like. We're hoping that the Senate use all their muscle in the budget negotiation to do all they can to address Dreamers, so that the commitment made by this country is honored.
Mm-hmm. 866-99-SIRIUS. We're just hearing, too, Derrick, about the shooting in Baton Rouge. Are you up on that? Has the NAACP responded to that yet?
We're taking a look at it. We're waiting to hear back from our local unit there. But, this is just another example that we cannot continue to be a nation with this level of gun violence, mass senseless shooting, and not address the issue of gun control. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I mentioned to you before, I hunt. Deer hunting is coming up. I don't need an assault rifle to hunt a deer.
Right. No.
And so that's a huge problem. We do need gun regulation in this country.
You're absolutely right. Derrick Johnson with us, folks, president of NAACP. What does the rest of the week look like for you, Derrick, in terms of some of the things you're taking on? Now, you all are still doing the listening tour as well, aren't you?
In fact, we have something this evening in San Antonio. I am here now. We're meeting with our unit. We're meeting with officials, and we're going to meet with the community at large to talk about, what would the Texans in San Antonio like to see of NAACP moving forward. So we are doing a listening tour. We were just in Iowa, Del Monte, Iowa this weekend. We're here in San Antonio this evening.
So, speaking of San Antonio, and again, folks, it is in San Antonio branch hosting the NAACP Forward National Listening Tour at the Ella Austin Community Center tonight in San Antonio, ladies and gentlemen, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. San Antonio time. And you can go to NAACPSanAntonioBranch.org. You're heading into an area where the shooting just occurred, Derrick. How much is gun violence, at the likes of which we've seen, and specifically mass shootings themselves, how much of that do you consider to be a civil rights issue?
A lot of the civil rights issue. What we're looking at here is a scenario of tax policy. An individual seeking to not pay their fair wages and taxes, resulting in cutting of governmental services. We've seen it first during the Reagan era when he cut budget for mental health. Many of the individuals that we're talking about, they have been mentally ill. And if we don't have a country, a government that provides mental health for our mentally ill, you get this. It is also a result of too much influence by a gun industry that uses their lobby called NRA to maximize their profit. Mm-hmm. When capital is not in check by democracy, people are exploited for cheap labor, but in this situation, people are harmed. So it's absolutely a civil rights issue, but especially for someone who grew up similar to me in the city of Detroit during the height of the crack epidemic, mm-hmm. and we've seen guns be as readily as available as a Colt 45.
Yeah.
You can buy a 40 ounce just as fast as you can buy a handgun.
A 40 or a 45.
That's right. Mm-hmm. No child should live in an environment where either one of those things would be so readily available.
Yeah. Folks, if you're in San Antonio, go by and meet the newly elected president of the NAACP tonight in the city of San Antonio. NAACP San Antonio branch.org for details. 6:30 to 8:30 at the Ella Austin Community Center at 1023 North Pine Street in San Antonio, Texas. And want to shout out our Texas State Conference president, Brother Gary Bledsoe, as well, doing all the great work that he's been doing down there. And so,
Mark, let me jump in. Mark, not only is he State Conference president, he's now the interim dean of Thurgood Marshall School of Law.
Is that right?
So, oh yeah, he was announced 2 weeks ago. I think Gary's going to do some big things there. The school, those students are lucky to have him. He's about to be the next Charles Hamilton Houston, training our young legal minds. So, we commend Gary for all the work he's doing. He's a brilliant brother in terms of being a lawyer.
I had no idea about that. So that's outstanding and good news as well. That's in a part of Texas Southern University. Am I right about that? That's right. The Texas Southern Thurgood Marshall School of Law. Okay.
That's right.
Outstanding.
Gary is now the interim dean, and what's interesting about it, the outgoing dean, who's semi-retired, is the branch president, Dean Douglas.
Okay.
So from our Houston branch president, who's also is the outgoing dean of the school, to our state conference president, who's the incoming dean. And Dean Douglas will continue to teach there. It's a powerful combination. So we're looking for some outstanding things from Gary in that position.
Outstanding. Glad to hear. So, folks, don't forget tonight, if you're in the San Antonio area, Ella Austin Community Center, we'll look forward to that. And usually the NAACP Forward National Listening Tour gatherings are streamed on social media as well. So be sure to look on Facebook for that. The NAACP San Antonio branch and the NAACP itself both have Facebook pages. So be on the lookout at 6:30 p.m. Central Time tonight. And you can see our president and our chair, Leon Russell, and our state conference president. And now I'm just hearing for the first time, interim dean at Thurgood Marshall School of Law, my brother Gary Bledsoe. Derrick, thanks, man. Good luck with the listing tour tonight. I'll be watching myself. Okay, brother.
And listen, and thank you for opening this segment with Black National Anthem. We need to know. We need to listen to it, learn more about it. And Dr. Imani Perry is coming out with a book talking about the Black National Anthem. So, we may take a knee on one, but we got to honor the other.
That's right. Well, as you know, we're talking about Texas Southern HBCUs. I don't know if our HBCUs still do it, Derrick, but we're part of a generation when we were coming along as kids. At HBCU football games, y'all, the band would play the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice, and the Star Spangled Banner. That's a tradition. Right. I don't know if they still do that. I'm assuming they do. But
I know Tougaloo College still do it on our football team. We still sing it along with our school. I think Jackson State football and Alcorn, they still do it. So
okay, good.
Schools don't. I think alumni need to put up the phone call. So we need to know the words.
Yeah.
To that song.
Right. Well, frankly, if 70% of people in the NBA are African American, why not play both in the NFL game? That would solve the problem.
Because that is a song of hope. That's a song of looking forward. That is a song that talks about our journey through this country and how we have been able to sustain and how we can sustain. It is a powerful song.
That's right. And Derrick and I also part of a generation. We had to know as kids all three verses. You go to church now and folk looking in the hymnal. There was no such thing. There was no hymnal with it wasn't in the hymnal. We just knew it. We knew all three verses. Right. And of course, the NAACP really is responsible for that becoming our anthem and promoting it. So absolutely, we have to have reverence for that. And I'm sure those very words of hope are on the minds of our players taking a knee. The good news, I'll mention this while you're here too, Derrick. I didn't get a chance to mention it yet, but Colin Kaepernick has been named GQ's Man of the Year. That's pretty big news.
It's huge news. The good thing, we've been in touch with his people, and so we hope to soon announce something in relation with him as well.
Now, again, folks, the NAACP is looking at the situation in Baton Rouge where there has been another police shooting. The victim in this case is Calvin Toney. And by the way, Derrick, when the last incident happened, you put me in close touch with the folk down in Louisiana and Baton Rouge. And, there's a lot going on down there anyway that we need to probably get in there and look at in terms of governance and democracy and voting. In fact, they were even talking about doing their own Brexit, a Baton Rouge exit, because of the way that the parish system is organized. Those of you in Louisiana know about that parish system. But we've got another shooting, and so maybe by the next time we talk next week, we'll get an update on that.
I surely would have more information, as I'm sure you will as well.
All right, my brother. Good luck tonight, and give everyone down in San Antonio and Leon and Gary and everybody my love. Okay.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, Derrick Johnson, folks, president of the NAACP.